Yo, peace was good. Welcome to another installment of my CD collection. This is part 59. Did a nice haul over the past 2 weeks. That went digging yesterday, so I thought I'd just show you guys the CDs that I bought. Without further ado, I'll show you some of the CDs. This first album, this album right here, I forgot to show it in the last video, the last CD collection I did last time, and I forgot about this, so this was actually part of that. But I just thought I'd just bring this one to this batch just to make it up. But this is Xscape's second album, Off the Hook, released in 1995. I believe Off the Hook was a single off the album. There's a couple singles. Feel So Good, Do You Want To, Who Can I Run To, and Can't Hang, and that's an Off the Hook. Did I say Off the Hook? No, yeah. So those are the four singles. Feel So Good, Do You Want To, Who Can I Run To, and Can't Hang. This is when they're affiliated with or they were put on by Jermaine Dupri. So this is like around the early So Def era. This is like around when Chris Cross was around, the Brat, people like that. This album is crazy because this kind of has like that. It's kind of like a TLC kind of ish kind of album, but not as good, obviously. As you can see, this is Tiny, Tamika, T.I.'s wife. This is obviously before she went fucking lost her marbles and tattooed her eyes cat gray. I don't know what the fuck that was about. This is Candy Burris from Real Housewives of Atlanta. But obviously before that, and I forgot the other name, the two other women out there. But yeah, this was okay. I didn't really care for it too much. Yeah, not really the best. Their first album, Coming At Ya, that came out in '93. It was like more like TLC's first album. With this album was a little bit more matured, because the first album, like I said, had like I said, that first TLC album. When it was wearing the baggy pants and the hoodies and the oversized plaid shirts, the baggy joints. But they cleaned up their act with this album. I believe this was the best-selling album, if I'm not mistaken. But Xscape, Off the Hook, released in 1995. Then this album right here, I've been trying to look for years, but I couldn't find it. It was hard to find. I finally got my hands on this album right here, Hi-Teknology by Hi-Tek, released in 2001. This is his debut album, but also this is his it's a producer album. So you got MCs just rapping over his production. So I thought that was pretty cool. Singles off this album is The Sun God and Round and Round. Those are the singles off the album. Very dope album. Been trying to get my hands on this. I do have 2 and 3, but yeah, this is a good album right here. I'm so glad I own this shit right here. Hi-Teknology by Hi-Tek, released in 2001. Drink my tea. Got Busta Rhymes' second album, When Disaster Strikes, released in 1997. Yeah, this is the album that really got him noticed. Like, well, I mean, people knew him, but it was like his breakthrough album in a sense, because when he came out with the first album, Becoming, the album had like a more grassroots feel, if that makes sense. I have to do a review on that album, but this was the album that got him commercial success in a sense. Singles off the album is what's the singles? Put Your Hands Where Your Eyes Could See, Dangerous. I believe that was it. Oh, and Turn It Up, but not the Turn It Up. It's the Turn It Up remix though, the one with the Knight Rider sample. I love that joint. That's my shit right there. I wish that version was on this album, but it's not. But yeah, man. When That Disaster Strikes, released in 1987. I used to have this album back in the day, but had to buy it again. So yeah, When Disaster Strikes. Then we got his third album, ELE, Extinction Level Event, Final Front. Yeah, Final World Front, released in 1998, a year later. Very good album. It's crazy too, because around this time when he dropped this album, I actually met Busta Rhymes when I was like 11 years old. I went to, me and my class, I was in 6th grade, 5th, 6th grade. at the time, and I think it was in 6th grade, excuse me, and whatchamacallit, and what was it? We went to the Museum of Natural History in New York City, Manhattan, and you know how women are, like, oh, that's Rize, like he was coming out of somewhere. I think he was coming out of like studio session or Hot 97 or some shit like that, or whatever. I don't remember. It's like I said, it was like years ago. It was like almost like 18 years ago. Like, it's a long time. And you know, people was like going crazy, and there was a what's that shit? There was actually a photographer with us. I remember that, and then he took a picture of him, and then, like, you know, I met him, I shook his hand, and you know, things like that. I used to have that picture, but I lost that shit. I'm so pissed about that. But yeah, man. Singles I was known for is Give Me Some More. Yeah. I think Against All Odds was a single as well. No, Tear the Roof Off was a single. Give Me Some More. And I believe that was it. I believe those are the singles. Yeah. Everybody Rise, Give Me Some More. Oh, What's Gonna Be. Yeah. Very, very dope. Oh, and yeah, that song with Janet Jackson. Yeah, that crazy shit. But yeah, got my hands on this album. Very dope. Then we got an album that I rarely hear people talk about. I've been trying to find this album for years. I finally got my hands on it. It's De La Soul's second album, De La Soul Is Dead, released in 1991. Yeah, very experimental, you know what I mean? Singles design was known for a roller skating jam named Saturdays, Ring Ring Ring, Millie Pulled a Pistol on Santa. Those are the singles off the album. Yeah, man, finally got my hands on this. Glad to own this joint right here. De La Soul Is Dead by De La Soul, released in 1991. It's the second album. I know this album kind of has like a cult following, has like a small fan base. Like, you hear some people talk about it, but you know, when people think of De La Soul, people always talk about their you know, Balloon Mind State or Stakes Is High, or even their 3 Feet High and Rise. But they rarely hear I rarely hear people talk about this album. But yes, I will have to do a review on this, and as well as 3 Feet High and Rise. And I have to get Stakes Is High, and I have to get their what's the name of that album? The AOI, Mosaic, Dump, Experience, Intelligence, I think it's called. Forgot the name of it, but the joint that came out in 2000, with the ooh, that shit with Redman. That shit, I don't have that. I have to get that. Then we finally got my hands on this. Is Marvaless with Ghetto Blues, released in 1994. Yeah, man, finally got my hands on this. I remember seeing this years ago, back when Specs used to be open. Specs used to be a FYE affiliated store, but they went out of business. They do have Specs, I believe, in Puerto Rico, because you know Puerto Rico is a U.S. Commonwealth. But I used to love that store, and I used to get all my CDs, like some of my CDs there. I remember seeing this, and I never saw it again. So finally got my hands on it. She's an MC from Sacramento, California. She's affiliated. She got put on. She's affiliated with C.Bo. C.Bo, you guys probably heard of. Probably remember me talking about C.Bo. You know, he rolls with, like, you know, Brother Lynch Hung. He had albums like Gas Chamber, which I need to get my hands on. The Autopsy EP, Tales of the Crypt, which I do have. The Best of C.Bo, you know, that kind of stuff. Well, she should roll with this dude right here, with that dude right there. So if you like that kind of style of music, then you'll definitely enjoy this album right here. I think the only single off this album is Ghetto Blues. Yeah, Marvaless by Ghetto Blues, released in 1984. Then we got Eminem's second album, or third album, I would say. Marshall Mathers LP, released in 2000. It's funny because I used to have this album back in the day, but the copy I have is, I let my boy hold it, and it came cracked, like a big crack, so I wasn't able to play it. And it's funny enough, this was when I bought it back in 2000, and this is the cover that I bought, and this is the cover that I like. Because if you know the cover, you guys know the cover is the one when he's sitting in front of his old house when he was in Missouri or some shit like that. that one was cool, but I kind of like this one better because to me, it kind of sets the tone of the album in a sense, but that's just my opinion. Singles whose album was known for Stan featuring D.O. Love that song. The Way I Am and The Real Slim Shady. Those are the singles off the album. But yeah, Eminem, the Marshall Mathers LP released in 2000. This album brings back memories. That's all I gotta say. I have to do a review on this album eventually, but yeah, the Eminem Marshall Mathers LP released in 2000. Then we got the brand new Heavies with their, I believe it's their second album, Brother Sister, released in 1994. The group, they're kind of like an acid jazz funk kind of group. The singles off this album are Dream on Dreamer, Back to Love, Midnight at the Oasis, Spend Some Time, and Brother Sister. My introduction to them is when they dropped the album back in 1992 called Heavy Rhyme Experience, where it's like a live album. It's like you got these MCs from the United States, particularly from the East Coast, rapping over their instrumentals. Like it's like pretty much live instrumentation. So it was like before the Roots in a sense. It was something new because if you remember, like back in the day, everything was sample based. So that album was kind of like a breath of fresh air when it came to that. Like it was like one of the albums to do that. Not the first to do that, but it was like one of the first albums. But you had other albums that had elements of live instrumentation, but to have a full album like that, yeah. But yeah, this is kind of like, this is a second album, like I said, just like an acid jazz funk type of thing. So yeah, brand new Heavies, pretty dope. I like it. Then we got the brand new Heavies, Excursions remixed in Rare Grooves. This is pretty much like a follow-up of the album. It's pretty much songs that were recorded around the brother sister sessions, songs that didn't make the album, stuff that was only on like like on 12 inches and B-sides and songs that were unreleased. So they were nice enough to excuse me, to put it on this album, so on this compilation album. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's actually pretty good. She liked this a little bit more than the album itself, but pretty dope stuff in general. Let me get my tea. I'm gonna get a lot of shit for getting this album, but I had to pick it up just to add on to the collection. It's Pras's Ghetto Superstar. I already see some people yelling at me at the fucking table. I mean, yelling at the screen, but why the fuck would you buy that shit? But I bought it just because to add on to the Fuji collection. So, but yeah, this is Ghetto Superstar by Pras. This is his first debut album. This was released in 1998. This album has several singles. Ghetto Superstar. Yo, I remember back in '98, that song used to get so much play. I mean, to the point where like they would play that shit on the radio like non-stop, like every hour. Like you talk about payola, that song right there is a perfect example of payola. I like the song, but when I listen to it now, I can't listen to it now. Like that's how bad that song is to me. Singles I was known for is Ghetto Superstar, Blue Angels, yeah. I think that's I think that was a single. No, that wasn't a single. Avenues. What else? Blue Angels. What You Gonna Do? Yeah, those are the singles off the album. So, but yeah, Pras Ghetto Superstar, released in 1998. Then I got Everlast was his second album. Whitey 46 The Blues, released in 1998. Got his second album, his third album, Eat at Whitey's. This is his second album. Based on what I read on this album about this album, is that this was like his first material after like he had a heart attack, I guess around the mid '90s. I didn't know that. I know he did his last album with House of Pain back in 1996 called The Truth Crush. Earth Rises Will Rise Again, some shit like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. This is his second album. I need to get his first album, Forever Everlasting. That was one where he was with Ice-T doing the Rhyme Syndicate. That was like this Rhyme Syndicate era, stuff like that. Let me see how much time I got left. I still got some time. Yeah, yeah, Everlast with his second album. This came out in '98. This was like a very experimental album. It's kind of different. It's kind of like, you know, it's hip hop, but it has like some blues, country kind of feel to it. You know what I mean? Singles Zam was known for what are the singles? I'm sorry. What It's Like, Ends. Oh, that song Painkillers. Love that joint right there. That song Painkillers. That song was actually featured on the Black Mass soundtrack with Jet.Li. Love that movie. Dope soundtrack too. I do have it. Don't have the movie, but I do have the soundtrack. It's a pretty dope soundtrack. Very dope. But yeah, kind of very experimental compared to his House of Pain days. But yeah, it's okay. I have to do a review on this album eventually. Then we got De La Soul's 6th album called AOI Bionix. AOI Bionix, released in 2001. This is the album before. This is the album after the album I just mentioned before. The Mosaic Dump Experience, or Intelligent, I think it's called. Yeah, Artificial Intelligence Mosaic Dump. That's what it's called. Need to get my hands on that joint right there. This is the album, but after that, this is the one with Baby Fat. I remember seeing that video. I mean, dope video, but I used to hate that song. I remember seeing that shit on Rhapsody, like back in 2001. They had a heavy rotation on Rhapsody. Yeah, good times. Yeah, Baby Fat featuring Devin the Dude and Yummy Bingham. I don't even remember Devin the Dude on that song, but like I said, it's been so long since I've seen the video. So, but yeah, yeah, finally got my hands on this album, so thought I'd pick it up. Then we got Swizz Beatz with I guess you want to call it his first album, but this is more like a compilation album called Ghetto Swizz Beatz Presents Ghetto Stories, released in 2002. Yeah, man, like this to me, in my opinion, I'm gonna say this. This is Swizz Beatz in his prime, in my opinion, as far as like his production. He's kind of going back to his old style nowadays, but back then, back in the late '90s, early 2000s, he was on a roll. Singles Zam was known for is what is singles? Guilty with Bounty Killer. I think it was a video for that. And Bigger Business, that was a single. And I remember the song Shine by Shine Mashonda. That song used to get heavy play back in the day. I remember how nice used to play that song. I used to hear that shit on mixtapes. And if I'm not mistaken, there was a song that he sampled the Jurassic Park sample, but I don't know if it's on this album. It's been a while since I heard this album, but yeah, finally got my hands on this album. I know this album is out of print, but finally got my hands on this shit right here. This is Swizz Beatz Ghetto Stories, released in 2002. Alright. Then we got the Beatnuts with Milk Me. This was released in 2004. Unfortunately, this was the last time they ever came out with. They never came out with another album after that. They came out, well, I know Psycho Les, he came out with like some like solo albums back in the day and stuff like that. There's a couple of singles off the album. Find Us featuring Akon, hate that song. Hot with Greg Nice, that was a dope song. That beat is tough. And It's Nothing with AG of Showbiz and AG DITC fame, and Gab Goblin was a dope MC from Queens. But yeah, yeah, Milk Me. They definitely need to put out more albums. Then we got Das EFX with Dead Serious, released in 1992. This is their first album. You guys know them. They're part of Hit Squad. You know, till they like kind of like not broke up, but like they stopped fucking with Eric Sermon, and they kind of rolled more with PMD and stuff like that throughout their career. Singles I was known for is Mike Checker, They Want Effects. Straight Out the Sewer, and Just a Man was a single, but it was like an unofficial single, if that makes sense. The Pete Rock remix, oh my god, that shit is tough. But yeah, very dope album. I do have this, but I don't have the case. So when I found it, I was like, yo, let me pick this up. So whatever. Dead Serious, Das EFX, released in 1992. Then we got Heavy D's first solo album, or his sixth album. Realistically, this is his sixth album. This is just his first album without the boys, without Eddie F and the other cast and the members of the members and stuff like that. He did everything himself. You know, not as far as he did production, but like everything himself, like just him carrying the album by himself. Even though, let's be real, all those albums that he did before are really his solo albums. Kind of like with KRS-One, BDP, same thing. There's 4 singles off the album. The singles are Waterbed Hev, I'll Do Anything, Keep It Coming, and Big Daddy. This album was really different compared to his earlier stuff. His stuff was, this album was like a lot more R&B-ish in a sense. It's hip hop, but not. It's hip hop. That's how I see it. It really. This is a prime example of an album with the bad boy syndrome. That's just my opinion, though. But Heavy D with Waterbed Hev, released in 1997. Eventually I will be doing a review on this album. Then we got my man Shabba Rex with Rough and Ready Volume 1, released in 1992. This album came out right after As Raw As It Ever, that I mentioned in the last video that I did. Known for the single Mr. Loverman. Everybody knows that song. It's a song that was released on the Deep cover soundtrack. Timeless song, very dope song. Very dope album right here. I like this album right here. Very dope. Then we got Mos Def's second album, The New Danger, released in 2004. I know there's a lot of people that didn't like this album. I thought it was dope. This album was known for singles. The singles this album was known for is Ghetto Rock. Let me see, make sure. Yeah, I think Ghetto Rock was a single. There's a video for that. Sex, Love, and Money, that's a single as well. Love the song Zimzalabim. Yeah, that was pretty dope. I think Easy Mo B did that track right there. That was pretty cool. Definitely would have to do a review on this album. And yes, I would have to do a review on Black on Both Sides. We'll do that eventually, don't know when, but definitely gotta do a review on that. That's pretty much it. And the last album of the video is Dilated Peoples, was 2020 or 2020 Vision or whatever, 2020, released in 1994. I mean, not 1980, 2006. Excuse me. This is their 4th album. This album was known for is Back Again, which was love that song, Back Again. I believe Alchemist did the beat for that joint right there. There is a video for that, pretty dope. Based on what I read, MTV didn't air it because there was this scene where Rocket Irish Sirens was wearing like a bulletproof vest and stuff. Like, I gotta watch the video again, but it's been a while since I've seen the video. But yeah, glad to own this joint. This is the first album that I caught from them, so need to get more of their albums. But yeah, Dilated People, 2020 Vision, we're Back Again, released in 2006. That's it, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Peace.